Hello everybody, welcome back to Motorsport Manager. We're going to get the 2019 season underway. But I've got a little bit of business to take care of first. In thinking about this season, we still have the number one car, but I was a little surprised at how far our engine had dropped. Not overly concerned about that, but it's a significant gap there. So we could not be totally dominant in that area, at least not right away. Then I'm also concerned about Jake Hughes. And that's because of his whole thing with the Cult of Zodion. I thought that would go away. It hasn't. It's actually getting worse now. So he's actually just under 2-star ability. He does get the Tondela bonus. He does get the Racer bonus. So he would probably be still good enough for us. But I want some more confidence in that. And I'm thinking about basically firing him for cause due to his thing with the Zodion cult. What about our other possibilities? And when I looked at this, I was surprised at the level of talent that is actually still available. You got one 4-star driver here, but the one that I want is down here. Gustavo Menezes? Anyway, he's young. He's got good marketability. It's actually a natural 88% because this budding musician thing will go away. And he's listed as being both stable and a hothead, which should seem kind of contradictory. Stable is a totally good one, just +2 consistency. Hothead has some plus and minus. Overtaking and marketability boost, but subtracts the focus and the mechanic relationship. But the bottom line is he's got youth. He doesn't have any big weaknesses at all. You know, he's a very strong driver. I compared him to the top drivers right now in the DTM, and he would actually be better than 3/4 of the drivers. That's in the upper tier. The only one who I think is better than him at our level is there's a couple. One that came down with Team Muck, the one that just got demoted to us, and also Timo Shader from AMG. So he's right up there as frankly an elite driver. And you can see that he had a couple seasons here with a team in a totally different driving series. And then nobody picked him up last year. And I think that's just a big mistake. He's too good for that. And he's the only one that really checks all the boxes if you include marketability in there. So I just took a look, and I don't think his asking price is too exorbitant. Now I'm going to try for 567. I may have to bump it up to 648 if he doesn't like that. I'm going to make him equal status. He wants a long deal, and I'm going to give it to him. We're making a big investment here. I need him to not go the way of Zsolt Szabo, and it's a little bit risky. But on the other hand, he's the kind of guy that could, even if he doesn't grow with us at all, he could still be a very capable driver in the DTM, and somebody that if we build a strong enough car around him, you know, could win the top prize in the GT series. So I don't see any reason not to just go with this. He's not that interested in these, signing on fee or the bonus size. So I'm just going to leave those be. I'm just going to offer him a simple deal, and we'll see if he takes it. Okay, so we won't have any more pit crew till after the first race, but we definitely need to get going on our new engines. And our first tier, we're definitely going to want the +20 speed there. There we go, and 1 million, and we'll just go ahead and roll away with that. So in looking at myself, I'm up to perfect on race management. I can't get any better there. My financial stat is good, and loyalty is not as high because I have fired some people. It's still much higher than the starting level of 8, but it's growing much more slowly. And the finances here, we'll eventually get up to 20 on that, I think. And of course, here's all the open jobs. Not particularly interested in them at the moment. Almost forgot to put in my parts, and that would have been unfortunate. Of course, we're going to want to get up to that 90% level if we can on our gearbox and our suspension. And of course, we'll also throw those in here as well. Work on other stuff later. And we won't need to get these all the way up till the race. Looks like we'll be able to throw maybe the engines in just a bit towards the end of that, or maybe actually rather than the engines, just whatever's lowest. Let's get those up to that 90% level first, because that's what I'm most concerned with. And here's going to be our contract proposal. What do you say? You're going to take it. Ivan Muller have upgraded their telemetry center. So they're really trying to move up forward. 63 lap race, almost 2 miles. Likely to be some rain, good suspensions, and ultras and supers. Jake Hughes loves the spoiler. Koch has done a great job with that one. And again, he's got a great attitude. And this kind of hurts me a little bit to get rid of Jake Hughes. He's overperformed, good attitude. You know, I really like having him around. But you know what? You went and joined the cult. And the fact of the matter was, he was going to have to go at the end of this year anyway. Because he wasn't going to be good enough for the DTM. So, it was only a matter of time. Makes me sad, but I've got to ditch him. Okay, and you are going. There we are. And we have Gustavo Mendes. I keep saying Mendes. Menezes. Okay. Gustavo Menezes in the car. Now he's got to work on his relationship with Griffin Clark. Or no, he's been... Yeah, that's right. He's with Robert Doyle. Never mind. Yep, and working back towards this one, we won't get the fast tire changes with him right away. I wanted to stay at the Timmix Racing and win things, and I wanted you to do that too. But why don't you go hang out with your buddies at the Cult of Zodion? So glad to have joined here. Can't wait to get in the car and find out what I'm going to be working with. I've heard good things about this team. See, now we're starting to get some positive reputation comments. And Laurent Dupin says that, yeah, okay, we've got another American driver. New wages somewhere within the region, and it gets real specific with it. Can't wait to get out there on the track. I met the team. They all seem like a great bunch. Okay, so now just out of curiosity, let's see what they think of our team now. Okay, and now we're up to 4th in drivers. So we're a much more respectable position with him along. I think we've got... Now, we're still not nearly the best, which is AMG. Let's just check them out real quick. There's AMG. Yeah, and they've got Shader at above 4 stars and Auer right at 4 stars. And I did consider Lucas Auer because he's still considering working for us. Bottom line, his marketability is lower and he wants more money. So really, I didn't see any reason to go in that direction. And let's take a look at our parts. Okay, we're in the 70s. We're definitely going to want to get really close to the race here before going any further. Stop about there. More scouting done. Top racing pundit David McNamara expecting us to do well. Should be a great weekend for the guys from the U.S. They have everything you need to succeed in Vancouver. And Gustavo Menezes being selected as the top choice. So all of that going as we would wish it to. Boy, and these are only up to 70-some%. Now that we're getting ready for the race, where are they now? 78, 79. Okay, so we're just going to stick with those for the time being. Our HQ, moving along on all of that stuff. Looks like the helipad in 4 weeks is going to be the first thing done. Couple months on most of that. And let's make sure everybody's happy with their parts. They are. No need to make any changes now because we don't have any other parts to choose. First and second. Oh, that'd be beautiful if that happened. Alright, now good weather for practice, and we're going to be going with Svaneborg and Menezes, as Decker is now the odd person out. Now, here's an interesting thing. We don't have to focus on the softer tires as much because we don't even know where we're going to start in the race. It's going to be random. So we're not likely to start super high at the front where we want to use ultras. The other thing about this season that we're going to be looking at is with the random grids, there's no qualifying, which means we need to nail down the setup and practice. We're going to need to make more stops. So we need every bit of that good feedback that we now have to grind out whatever bonuses and race trim that we can get. Going to need to make some more pit stops, but I'm going to go with the more appropriate, I think, soft tires. Super softs, rather. And if we look at 63 laps, we're not going to be able to do it on one stop. So we're probably looking at 2 supers and an ultra at some point. I mean, that's just my best guess. Okay, let's see how things go. Svaneborg looking decidedly crap out of the start here. Of course, we don't have to worry about switching between racing and qualifying trim. There is no qualifying. And that will make the race weekends, of course, go that much faster. Likes the handling. It's the first thing we hear from our new driver. And he's looking at making the pass here. Sets the mark for fastest lap early on. Wants more weight in the back. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Because I think here... Whoops, not what I wanted to do. What I need to have set up is just being able to make changes as often as we need to really lock stuff in. I just don't think I have the option to do anything else. Okay, Svaneborg wants more weight in the front. Menezes in the back. I will stop horribly mangling his name eventually, I hope. Plan on having him around for a while. Okay. About there. And I think we're looking at acceleration on this track. So... yeah, that might have been a bit excessive. Let's bring that back a little. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that. And I want to make as many stops as I need to, but then also have them be short ones. To the extent that's possible. Okay, we're at 74%. And you know what? I don't believe you. I think you want more weight in the front. I know it's not what you said, but I don't believe you. Let's drop this back there. So only change the items that I need to try to lock them in. And let's see where we're at. And Timo Shader beat our time by 0.3 seconds, but was on ultras. I think the temperature here is going to be very conducive to super softs. So that's what I'm going to want. Of course, it may rain during the race. That could throw all of our strategies off. You can see we're also almost up to level 2 here. We're not even halfway through. Well, I may work in some ultra time. Svaneborg likes the ballast. Okay, so she admitting now that she was wrong about that. And Menezes likes the cornering. He's down to 4th. Mishigami. I don't even know who that is. Is that one of our new competition from... Oh, new hire with Campos Racing. Okay. The tire's actually cooling off a little bit here, so ultras would be even more so. Okay, Svaneborg likes the handling, Menezes does not. Let's come in after this lap. And now I really want to start. I think we're going to switch to ultras, do starts and stops, and really make sure that we knock this out. Being level 3 across the board, obviously going to help us. Now I want to get ultras up and get as much as we can. Our setup as good as we can make it. Okay, we're getting closer. 87%. Let's not forget to switch the tires. That'll take a bit of time, but it's worth it. Now, we went from poor to great on both of those. So maybe a little more acceleration, a little more low speed. And we want more understeer in the handling. That is the main thing. Yeah, let's try that. It's going to be a long stop. Okay, you are looking pretty darn good. Switch to ultras. 94%, so we're almost there. Small tweaks. A little bit more on the lower speed. Huh. Let's try even more acceleration. And more oversteer. That should work. Also 24 seconds. For now, until we're confident in our setup, this is just going to be out and in again. And this is an easy track for it. It's going to get more difficult on the longer tracks, because we won't be able to get as many start and stops in. Have one or two more of these. Menezes is not looking so great there. He's up to 95%, which is tolerable, but barely. Okay, so poor, great, and great. Okay. Good. Okay. Alright, so more understeer, I think. And then if we... Yeah, I'm just going to try... See, on this one, that was great. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to... Making sure where I was. Yeah, more understeer. And then I can't move any further this way, so I'm just going to try and see if that way was maybe better. You weren't up that far. That's where I want to be. Okay, so make the switch. Svaneborg. Well, we knocked in one of them. 93%. We actually made it slightly worse overall. Let's see, acceleration was great. And great. Okay, so we want to move it back this way. Handling, good. Great, great. Alright, so speed. Try that. Then a little bit of... Nope, of understeer. And then if I pulled that back, I think that's about where I want to go with it. See if we can get around and back in. We should be able to do maybe one more change. Probably not. Won't have time to do the change and come back in. So we're just going to stay out. And then we'll need to make whatever adjustments we must based off of this. Do get level 1 on the Ultras though, so that's something. I don't like our driver form. Hopefully Decker's looking a little better than this when we get to the race. Down to 8th. Okay. So let's hope this works out. It's always a little bit iffy when you're setting up something new. And yes, W Racing's Mauro Engel with the impressive showing in practice. Now, of course, it's the whole ball of wax here with the sponsors. We're going to start off on Inters, and they're giving Decker second position, but Menezes 22nd. Okay, and we are going to want Inters for a while. Now, let's see how long they're going to last. We're close on the cars, too. That's good to see. Yeah, they can last about half the race. We'll get plenty of usage out of them. Go aggressive at the start. Could cause a crash, but there's always risks. That's not going to do us any good. Super softs and the race. Same here. And let's see what setup adjustments we may want to make. 97%, so we just want to nail the cornering. Very poor. Great. Excellent. Great. Okay, so we just want that the slightest bit more towards the lower speed. Okay. So that should be really close to the best we can get it. We're ready for you. Also at 97%, we need the speed balance improved. Poor. Great. 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 So I think we want just a little bit lower here, but not that far. I'm just going to stick with this. I don't know of any great way to be sure I'm getting this right without screwing up the others. So we're just going to ride with it. A little bit lower than I'd like at 97%, but that's no crime at all. And of course he's going to start from the back and try to work his way up. Meanwhile, Decker in row 1 is giving us an 8 form. Menezes only with a 3, so it could be a very challenging start for him. Decker alongside Benani, actually just behind Benani. Munnings making a rush, and here's Decker bolting to the lead after a iffy start. Menezes up to 19th. I'm liking it so far. Of course, it's very early. After the first couple laps I normally do for this first race, I'm going to pretty much back off to neutral on the gas the rest of the way unless I'm sure I've got the reliability to push it. Menezes up to 17th. Decker right now with Munnings behind. Those are the top two. And Munnings, you are with DG Sport. Okay. And Decker with the fastest lap right out of the gate. Only Munnings even competing. Menezes still back in 17th. Not super happy with that. It feels like, though, that we're pulling away a little bit here. Yeah. So Claire Decker, clearly, especially once we start getting into all of the repairing, Decker has a great shot at winning this race, it would appear. And yeah, we're pulling away more now. We're going to back off to high. Because with more rain out there, there's just no reason to push it if we don't have to. Race has been ruined by Harris. Or by Norris. That's a bit of an exaggeration, don't you think? Okay, we're going to go medium and neutral. And again, that may hurt what Menezes is trying to do here, but I don't want to go too crazy with reliability. I'm just going to play it safe because I know a bunch of them are going to repair. So Menezes here is 13th. Norris is going to have to come in, it looks like. Yep. And boy, I didn't back off with Decker. I meant to do that. Okay. Menezes going after Timo Shader here, who is generally considered the best driver in our discipline. And going by. Okay, so I think he's going to gradually work his way up through the field, while Decker leads by almost 5 seconds. And she's just going to sort of cruise around. I'll ride with her a bit because I want to see where we're at in terms of fuel. Poppy ore. Shader crashes into Menezes. Okay. So lots of fun things going on there. Decker running great at 9.4 and Menezes not so much. Looks like we gained between 3 and 4. Yeah, I'm going to call it just over a third of a tenth. 0.035 approximately per lap. And that means we're going to finish with extra fuel, but again, I'm more concerned about the parts. So we're just going to settle in for the long haul, and here's Menezes behind the two, what are they? Yeah, the two Ivan Muller cars. Menezes barely holding off Shader. So probably like 2 of the 3 best drivers in the series going head-to-head there. Difference is we should have a better car. And Menezes slips back. Of course, form playing a role, and he's not off to the best start here. And the worry with him is if he were to underperform like Szabo and then pick up a bunch of negative traits, that would be unfortunate, to put it kindly. Yeah, not doing great there. Meanwhile, Decker, 6 seconds plus. Hard to see her not being the race winner. Looks like we want to make this out to at least lap 20. You basically want to ride these tires as far as they can go. Oh, one of the other cars locks up, and Menezes loses another spot, this one to Hamola. Now he's under pressure again from Habsburg, so just not a good day for him at all. And now his tires lock up. They have both drivers push a little bit on the tires just to get those temps up. Driving just a bit better now. Decker locks up way out in front of everybody. We may well have to go with a second set of inters. More collisions happening. No fault on that one, it appears. Boy, Menezes is really looking like he wants to get by here against Mato Hamola. But I'm going to back off the tires again here. Lap 13. It's going to dry out briefly, and then it's going to get wet again. Looks like we're going to want to have ultras on for a brief time in there and then switch. We're not going to make it, because we're looking at like the low 20s. We're not going to make it there on our current set. We're going to want to switch out the tires as soon as it becomes convenient. About a quarter of the way through the race. I think we're going to be okay on the parts, but I'm just not comfortable pushing it yet. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Getting low on the temps. Well, Decker's lead over 9 seconds, and then several more back to Georgi. Menezes looking to go around the outside of Nagy and almost made it. Boy, 3 wide there in that turn, but we won the battle. At least for the moment. 14th. Yeah, lost it there. That was Martin. Another driver we've considered in the past. Whoa. Slingshot by Hatzberg, like warp speed. Okay, yeah, now we're having... Yeah, now we gotta come in. Okay, let's just hold on to our hat here. Yeah, okay, we're gonna come in on the next lap for sure, and I missed it by 1 here. But it's still wet enough out there, we've gotta come in for inners. So yeah, I should have come in 1 lap earlier. Still a little disappointed in how our new man is doing. I mean, he's moved up and could have moved up farther and possibly would have. Just really going to have to rely that they're going to have to do repairs. Decker in 5th as she emerges. So now she'll have to do some racing. Katzberg immediately ahead. And I see no reason not to push these tires here because we're really going to want to... We're not going to get a full run out of them. Decker slides up to 4th. Menezes is dead last. But nobody else has come in yet. Looks like they're trying to really stretch it out and then use dry tires. If we'd have been a little more cautious on our tires at the beginning, maybe we could have done that as well. But with all the locking up, I kind of doubt it. Decker looking for a way past Benani. Looks like we're going to get it. If we can manage this turn. Nope, not quite. Maybe on the straightaway? Yep, cuts in front. Now there's some others coming in. Yeah, and they're switching to ultras, even though it's a little wet. Decker up to second. I almost wonder if we're going to stay out here on these tires and not even switch to dries at all. But I think it's just too many laps to really get away with that. So it looks like we're going to end up with an extra pit stop in here that may or may not be worth it. Not yet. Yeah, looks like we're really going to pay for that extra stop. I think I need to come in on this lap. Yep. Switch to ultras. Standard strategy, same for you. Definitely going to go aggressive on the tires. Yeah, and overall in that whole mess, Decker lost maybe 12, 13 seconds. And I don't see any reason why Menezes would be any different. He's going to come out in last. Okay, so we've got some work to do. I mean, I guess I should have tried to stretch out the first set of tires. Decker making slow but gradual progress on Munnings. Still think she's got a real shot at the win. Menezes is going to have to try to work up his way through the field as they repair, and that has not happened yet. Almost halfway through, but I've never seen the beginning of the season not start with a bunch of AI repairs. They're probably just waiting to do it till later in the race. And I'm confident enough also there that I'm going to start boosting. Let's back off to neutral here. How many more laps do we... Yeah, we've got some distance at this level. But I'm going to go ahead and run down to about a 1 lap deficit on our tires here. I think while it's dry is a good time to use up this fuel. And I do feel like we've got enough. Let's see, not looking as good here. I'm not as happy with Decker. Menezes, maybe because he's got more smoothness. I think he's got more to work with. There's also less risk because he's way back there. Looks like Decker holding about the same distance actually now behind Munnings. Has boosted up to perfect driving. And his form's still not doing him any favors. I think I'm going to stick this on neutral because of how fast these tires degrade. Make sure we can get there. Yeah, and Decker not gaining at all. Actually losing time at the moment. Back on the other end of things, slowly gaining on the back of the field. Well, actually not that slowly at the moment. And then the gaining stops just as I start talking about it. Yeah, we're burning through the tires pretty quick. So I don't want to go any more aggressive than this. We've got to wait for the rain to show up for switching again. And then it looks like we're going to be in solid inters weather the rest of the way. Still too close with Decker. I don't feel like going after it with her. Be curious to see, because this next stop, first of all, it could potentially be the last one. Like, I probably would like to stretch this out so they can just run all the rest of it on their tires. Let's see, what does Decker think about interlength? 32. They're both, yeah, he can run even further on them. We want to stay out here as long as we can get away with it. That'll be interesting to see if they do any repairs or if they have to make extra stops in this last big stint to repair for the other teams. Overlap, and we're ticking that down. So let's go ahead and call that good. Burned off a bunch of fuel. That'll make me slightly faster the rest of the way. There's Gary switching, which is gonna, it's just basically early there, gonna cost time. We'll take that. And Menezes now driving decently. Here comes the rain. Gonna wait another lap. And there's Hamola and Albuquerque pitting and repairing. So the avalanche of that has begun. Decker, you're going to do this. This lap has got to be your last one, I think, because of your tire wear. Okay, so let's get this set up. We're going to switch back to inters. And continue. And then do I want Menezes to come in right away? It's gradually moving up for now as others repair. And the fact that he's kind of stuck in traffic here tells me, yeah, I do. Plus he can last longer out on those tires. Should be able to last plenty of time. And coming out now, looks like we're just... Okay, Decker's in fourth, bunch of others pitting, some more repairing. Let's just wait and see what happens here. We're going to stick on neutral. Decker comes out in fourth, but first car on inters. That matters quite a bit. And Menezes is coming out to where? 16th? Okay. So Munnings is going to have to repair. And I think that's going to give Decker the win, to be honest. I think Decker gets back in the winner's circle, especially where she's sitting with her form. There's a couple of them. Poppy Orr, the only one still out. Habsburg getting by Menezes. There's none too happy about it. And if nobody else has to repair, then he's going to have himself a very sad day. And while Decker very quickly catching Poppy Orr, and there it is. Claire Decker taking the lead. And I do not expect her to give that up. So now I think we're just waiting here with Menezes to see what happens. Now he is going to have to go push on the tires some. I'm not sure if now is the right time. I want to wait for others to burn them out. Let's try to at least keep up close. Let's have Decker try to keep her tires up to a moderate level. Probably should have come out of the pit stop more aggressive on the tires. That might have held off the position. But yeah, really here we're just sort of waiting to see, and probably we're sitting about where we're going to be. Where would that leave us? Right in the thick of things, really, right there with BRC and AMG. Decker getting the win, but the others getting more people with multiple points. terms of the sort of luck of the draw, I mean, the grid it didn't do us any favors, but we weren't terrible either. With 1 in second, 1 in 22nd, that's overall pretty average. See, where are we at now? Yeah, I don't feel like I can afford to push it anymore. .3, and I feel like he's faster. So I want to keep pushing the tires here to try to make this pass. I don't know if he's enough faster to do it. Oh, maybe. There was a bit of it. Right behind. Now he's botched around the other side. Yeah, but he's trying to get by. Okay, and there's, who is that? Guerreri having mechanical issues. We can go back to neutral with Claire Decker. She's got about a 5-second lead. Be really nice to get by here, Gustavo. There we go. Bingo. Now we'll switch back to neutral there. He probably just wants to hang out in neutral here, I would think. Decker winning, no change there. No real change in the overall standings. Since we normally do the best at the beginning of the race, I am slightly disappointed in what we're seeing here. And part of that is just Menezes. I was hoping to get a really strong finish and put both drivers on the podium. He just hasn't had it. He's doing average now, but it's poor before. And I'm definitely hoping for some stronger performances from him later. Still an outside chance he could get some points out of this race, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'm not going to do anything but stay the same, and it's just going to get warmer, causing more tire wear. Alright, starting to have issues here. Yep. Got some blue flaggers. Katzberg is coming in. Strange time for a non-repair pit stop. Really? Boy, that's diving also. Yeah, okay. Guerreri has retired or doing repairing. Okay, so now things are starting to get real. And we're just going to hold off here. And see. 11 laps to go. Should be able to make it. Boy, that gearbox really diving, though, for Decker. That's a concern because she's winning. She's winning by a lot, too, so I'm going to slow her down. Just save your car. I think I have enough tires to push him here to try to make this pass. So Gustavo, you just got to find a way to make it happen, and your driving bounced down again, so that's not going to help. Oh, there's a bit of an opening, maybe. Trying to slide by the other side. Now pulls almost even there. Yep, and on the wrong side of the turn. Almost. Katzberg ran wide and was doing better. I think we got it there. Yes, Menezes now up to 14th. Only a handful of laps to go. And now Hatzberg right behind, not giving this up. And we've got a bunch of distance there now. Unless somebody else has a disaster, and they'd have to repair pretty soon for that to happen. Looks like we're going to stick here. Decker losing some of her lead. Still has a lot, though. And mainly we just want to save her car. Gotta push on the tires some, though. That's getting low. Yep, and now she officially has a mechanical problem with her gearbox, but she also has 6 laps to go. Mortara coming in and repairing. And Menezes is closing the gap. Whoa, look at that. Martin with a big problem. So that's 13th now. We're about 7-8 seconds back of 10th position, even as the form continues to dive. Go up to neutral there. We still got a few more laps to go. You're not going to have much left on your tires. Yeah, we're going to be riding these things pretty low. Really low. Still 7-8 seconds short of that 10th place. I think we're still finishing out of the points. Chadwick coming in to repair. Let's see how that affects everything. Up to 12th. And now it's only about 6 seconds. And that puts AMG in the lead, with us in clear second. But Shader is now coming into pit. Now still at 17%. Some things getting really low here. Yeah, I know there's not enough condition though for you to do it. Alright, we're right behind here. Let's push the tires, because we've got to do that anyway. And all of a sudden, Menezes is up to 9th, and we've got more points. Switch back to neutral. Whoa. Yeah, we're not gaining as much fuel as I thought. Switch back to low. Claire Decker wins. And let's see here. Yeah, nothing else is going to happen. Okay, we're going to have 1st and 9th. And that's just enough to get us a narrow edge over AMG. Crazy ending to this race. And he feels it was a complete disaster because he was expecting probably to win. But you know what? I'm not disappointed. I just hope his attitude doesn't go south too much. Well, I am disappointed some. I felt like he should have been more competitive. He should have driven better. His form was bad. And adding that up to starting in the back and what turned out to be a poor pit decision strategy by myself added up to disappointing race for him, but got him back in the top 10. I'm happy with that. Okay, an Agren drive-through penalty here. 2 of them for Lando Norris. Habsburg gets the fastest lap bonus, and of course there is no pole bonus this particular case. Claire Decker with the win. Way to go, Claire. Getting us those much-needed points. She's 1st. Menezes is 9th. Well, tied for 9th with Habsburg. And we've got a 2-point edge on AMG, followed by Campos and DG Sport. So that's how things look in the early going. Silky smooth from Claire Decker. Decker definitely was the best on the track today. So Decker at the moment continuing to improve her overall, and she may get a consistency boost soon. Wins the race, plus marketability. +6, but morale taking a dive for Menezes with what would consider a poor performance, and 4.5 form, yeah, that's yuck. This is excellent, of course. Team marketability boosts a few more percentage. And we get a positive 601K when you factor in our sponsor bonus. There's our engine. We'll be taking a look at that, our pit crew, all that fun stuff coming up as we go to Phoenix. Well, it was an okay debut. Not spectacular and not terrible. It's kind of how I would put that. And at least for the early going, it's once again AMG challenging. So we'll head off to Phoenix next time. Till then, thanks for watching, everybody. More Motorsport Manager will continue.